1, 2, 3.
Hi there, my name is Aaron, and I don't normally make videos, but I wanted to talk about a topic because I feel very strongly about it, and I feel an obligation to voice my opinion in some form. That topic is the up-and-coming pirate game Sea of Thieves. Now, up front, let me just say, I played the closed beta, and I know I'll be hooked on this game for a very long time once it comes out. However, I feel as though the character creator is implemented in a highly questionable way. For people who don't know, or if you need a refresher, the character creator, if you can call it that, in Sea of Thieves generates several random characters to choose from before playing. You can re-roll the randomly generated pirates, but there's no customization outside of hair, facial hair, and clothing options. And oddly enough, that includes swapping out human parts for pirate prosthetics, and magically replacing your human bits whenever you want. This is all to say that they seem to want the player to feel unique, and like they're meeting unique characters. I can see why Rare might have wanted a system like this, as even when playing solo, the always online matchmaking means you can meet and interact with other players on the sea. If anyone's seen an open-world survival game, like Ark Survival Evolved, when you give people a base character with a bunch of sliders, chances are you'll encounter one of two things. Either people just won't care, and there'll be a bunch of John Does who look the exact same running around, or you'll see giant worm men and tiny Danny DeVito-esque monstrosities. And as fun as it ruins some people's immersion being a high point of Sea of Thieves. However, it is my belief that the implementation of this system is misguided, as it hurts customizability, and I feel it actually hinders the potential for a player to look or at least feel unique. And it especially hurts people like me who enjoy customization and being able to make their own character. First, let me state that I don't mind it if a game doesn't let you make your own character. I don't mind playing as Geralt in The Witcher because I feel that Geralt is a well-written character, and the ability to play as someone who has their own place in the world can be a lot more immersive. However, Sea of Thieves is not The Witcher, and it's not, at least what it appears to be, a story-heavy game with player characters that have a unique place and view of the world. It's an open-world game where you sail and hunt for treasure, and as Rare is so fond of reminding us, making your own pirate legend.
Pirate legend.
Pirate legend. Pirate legend.
Pirate legend.
Pirate legend.
Right. So, if there is going to be any character customization, I don't think it's an invalid argument to want to be able to customize what your character looks like based on the assets the game has available. Now, let me explain exactly why I believe this system is damaging to the overall experience. Rare has dubbed their system the Infinite Pirate Generator, and from what they've said about it, it's feasible to assume that potentially millions of different looking pirates could be generated from it. For this, I'm going to compare the character generation to a 4-digit PIN code. Just like the generator, there can be millions of potentially different codes. This means that for people who want a specific look like me, they'll have to re-roll characters repeatedly for an indeterminate amount of time before they find someone they like. And even if they do, there's no guarantee that it'll be the best they can find, or if it really is the best they will ever find. This happened to me, where after a few minutes I found a character I thought looked decently close to how I might want. However, because I found him so quickly, I figured I might be able to find better matches.
Normally in a game, I would spend 2 hours doing loads of different sliders, and I'd probably get the nose right, and then be like, oh, screw it, and then I'd just do whatever.
2 grueling hours later, I said screw it and did whatever, settling on a character I didn't care much for. For my first experience with the game, it didn't turn out to be very enjoyable. More than that, however, the real difference between this generator and the pin code is that normally we make our own pin code. Just like your character's face, your pin is an important thing to remember. Because of the random generation, my character is a pin code that I'm not allowed to change. And because you're divorced from being able to customize him, it's far more difficult to remember. This may be a personal thing, but just about every game I've played with a character creator, I remember my character's face. Games like Dark Souls, and even with the limited sliders in Mass Effect, I remember them. Granted, these are all third-person games that spend a lot of time looking at how your guy looks, but even with something like Elite Dangerous, a game that by all means does not need a character creator, a game where the most you ever see of your character is a portrait every few hours when you dock, where the only way anyone else will see it is in the rare case you might grow up with friends, I still care about my character more than the one I had in Sea of Thieves. For example, in Elite I'm nearly max rank with Exploration. Because I can project myself onto my character, the things I accomplish mean something to me. The disconnect between me and my character in Sea of Thieves means I care a lot less about what he does. And because he's a blank slate with no personality, not being able to customize how he looks makes him less personal, and in turn I'll care less about what happens to him or what he does in game. Going back to the pin code metaphor, there seems to be slots or positions that each character draws from for each part of their body. Just as any one digit in a pin code can only go from 0 to 9, your character can only have so many options per body part. When I was finding my character, I noticed a lot of the same looking things, mostly faces and body types. This is all to say that although technically there are probably millions of different looking characters, in practice it's just the same few characters with a bit of different variations in skin tone, tattoos, and scars. Now, I've said my piece on why I think it's bad, but what could be done to change the current system while still keeping with Rare's intended design? Well, in my opinion, you need not look any further than Star Wars The Old Republic, the 2011 BioWare MMO. See, when making a new character in the Old Republic, when you choose your class, 2 characters, male and female of any available race, will be randomly generated. Then, you'll be prompted to customize your character, having every asset that could be randomly generated available to be chosen. There are no specific sliders that overwhelm people with options or give people the ability to look like monsters, but there are many presets to be layered on each other to make a character that can look crazy, or silly, or heroic, or whatever people want them to be, without breaking the immersion with previously mentioned DeVito monsters. I honestly really do love Rare's random generation carousel, swiveling around the characters to select one. I feel like it's a good way to give casual players a chance to get a semi-unique character without flooding them with options and sliders like Dark Souls might throw at them. But not giving people the option to look how they want, in my opinion, does more harm than good. I'll definitely buy Sea of Thieves when it comes out, but I fear this seemingly simple exclusion will gnaw at me. I feel as though I won't be able to have as much fun as I'd like, because I won't be able to be me, or at least who I want to be. If you've gotten to the end of this, then I thank you dearly and kindly for watching. Once again, I'm Paladin Aaron, and I'll see you on the open waters.